What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time dropping in, Tommy Kentner here, and today, as promised, I'll sit down with Mike here at Duncan, and we're going to talk about a buyer's guide. So if you're interested in getting an imported car, this is the man to talk to, and he's kind of going to go over what to look for in buying a car, or it would be best just to buy one from here so that way you don't have any worries.
Right.
But so what I was thinking is so you're in the market for buying a JDM car. So what would you recommend, like if it's in the US, do I need to have all the money for the car?
So welcome, guys. I'm Mike at Duncan Imports, and Tommy's great here. He's helping us and getting these questions answered for all you guys, and I wanted to make sure that we had as much information for you guys as we could. So we of course sell JDM cars here. We're actually the largest importer of JDM cars in the US, and because of our size, we actually have lots of the steps already worked out for you guys to make it easy for you to buy a car. So the first step that we recommend is, if you find a car that you're interested in, that you have it checked out to make sure that it meets your needs and is in the condition that you're expecting, because we don't ever want there to be a surprise with the car. So we always recommend...
Yeah. Do y'all do it here? Or?
We don't do it here. We recommend a third-party pre-purchase inspection.
Okay.
So we have some garages that we routinely send customers to, but we're welcome for you to use anybody that you want. We're a wide open book here. We have nothing to hide.
So, guys, yeah, and that's what I was about to say. So if they're allowing you to they'll take the car to wherever you want to get it inspected at, like, that's got to be a legit business, because most people in the car business just want you to buy it, and it's your problem.
Exactly.
So,
but no, we really want everything to be known up front. We want no surprises for either one of us. For us as a business or you as a customer.
Right. Yeah. And I think that right there promotes a good business, because if you buy something and it turns out exactly what you knew it was, and it's your project, or maybe even if it's perfect, it's going to make you buy more cars from that individual here at Duncan. And honestly, guys, every car that I've looked at personally, they've been up front with every issue and all that, and I really appreciate that as a customer. So that's why I'm trying to help get the word out about them and check them out. Say if you're not in Nashville, Tennessee, say we're in Virginia, and I want to buy a car here, how, if I got it inspected and paid for the inspection, do you all offer any kind of shipping, or how does that work?
So yeah, if you come here and want to ship the car back to your home, or if you're buying the car remotely and never even show up here with us, which is great. A lot of our customers never even actually show up. We do it all remotely. We have a transportation company that we work with they're bonded, licensed, and insured, and they ship cars all over the U.S. for us all the time. And we've used this same company for about 4 years now, and they've been fantastic.
Awesome.
And so they actually give you they pass along our wholesale rate to our customers. We get a deal on the shipping that we get passed along to our customers, so that you guys can take advantage of a deal in essence on the shipping to your home.
Do you know roundabout like how the cost works? Or?
Well, it varies on the trip. So in other words, if you're shipping one from Nashville to Dallas, that's a really popular route, and it's way lower than you would ever guess it would be. But then if you're shipping one, say you're shipping one from here to a small town in Montana, well, that's going to be a little more, because it's not a normal route. There's not normally trucks headed that way. So it really depends on where you live. But most routes, most routes are pretty good, and it's very reasonable. Every once in a while you'll run into a trip where it's just in the middle of nothing, and it does cost more.
And that makes sense, because if you
so what we encourage then is, let's say there's a big town, say 100 miles from your home, that they could meet at. and that saves you some money.
Right.
So we'll help you work
Hey,
all those
yeah.
details out too.
See,
Yeah.
they're always looking out
Yeah,
for you.
exactly.
And as you said, insurance. Who do you recommend to go through to get insurance on a JDM car?
So yeah, JDM car insurance. A lot of your normal insurance companies will insure them, but sometimes they don't really know how. And when you first ask them, they say we can't.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they usually can call their help desk at their corporate office and figure out how. But alternatively, depending on how you're going to use this car, we have some great resources available for insurance. And our resources, in most cases, can actually save you some money as opposed to, say, Allstate or State Farm or Geico or one of those kinds of companies. Yeah.
Anybody.
So we have an agency that represents Haggerty and Grundy and Cincinnati and all these big insurance companies that specialize in collector cars, specialty cars, JDM cars, you know, all these different cars, and they understand that market better than a regular insurance company.
Yeah.
So they understand, and it allows them to do better rates typically than like Allstate or whoever. So we've got an agency that we use, Full Octane Insurance.
Oh, okay. Cool name.
Yeah, Full Octane Insurance, really cool company. And it's Kurt and Debbie Curtis, and they're great people. Okay. They're local here in Nashville area, and they're car collectors themselves.
Oh, okay, so they know
they got some JDM cars, they've got some collector cars themselves, and they really understand the market on the cars, and they do some amazing things. I got a lady in L.A., Los Angeles, insurance on a Delica yesterday through them. Her insurance locally was almost $4,000 a year, getting it through her local agent in California. Through Full Octane Insurance, she got it for $600 a year.
That's crazy.
So it's just they understand the market better and know how to manage it. Yeah. So insurance is a no-brainer, and we can really typically save you some good money.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, and all about saving money.
Right.
Do you offer any kind of warranties on your cars?
So yeah, and that's a great thing about us. We are the only importers in the country that sell JDM cars that offer warranties on most of our inventory. Yeah. Our insurance company that we use doesn't allow us to put it on every single car. Right. But probably 2/3 of our vehicles for sale have a 6-month, 6,000-mile limited warranty.
Wow.
And it's unheard of in our industry. That is. But that's to give you peace of mind to know that, you know, we're selling a quality product. Right. Now, these cars are 25 or 30 years old, so there could be something wrong that we don't know, that you don't know, that you don't realize. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons we put this warranty on the vehicle, is to give you peace of mind and to give you, you know, something to fall back on if something were to crop up. Yeah. Now, that goes back to the third-party pre-purchase inspection. Oh, right. We want you to go ahead and do that. Yeah. So that we all know up front everything about the car. It just makes it a better situation for everybody. It's a win-win.
Yeah, because with it being older, of course, you're going to have maybe alternator little issues. Sure. But yeah, that's kind of unheard of because, you know, I mean, here in the States with normal cars, they're not going to offer you a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. So for it to be even older, and I mean, I've seen most of their inventory, and everything is just really nice. Like, it looks brand new, like out of the showroom floor. Yeah.
Now again, our insurance company, our warranty company doesn't allow it on every car, but the bulk of the cars do have that.
Okay, yeah. And I'm pretty sure, is it mainly the more performance-based cars?
Yeah, they exclude high-performance cars. Yeah. And, you know, just as, that's just one of their policies. Yeah.
And that's understandable because all the Japanese cars that are performance cars, of course, they're not 100% stock.
Right. Usually they've been turned up a little bit. Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I can totally understand that.
Sure. So a couple of other things that we had mentioned earlier, you and I had discussed earlier. We're the only importer that I'm aware of, and there could be others, but I just don't know who they are, that go ahead and get a title for every car before we sell it. So when you import a car from Japan, when we bring a car in from Japan, you know, it's got a stack of paperwork this thick from the Japanese Export Ministry and from the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol once it gets here. So it's just a stack of paperwork. And that stack of paperwork at some point has to be turned into a U.S. title. Yep. Well, most importers give you that stack of paperwork, and you have to go to your DMV and figure out how to get that turned into a title on your own. Well, we go a step ahead of that. We take all that paperwork, we go ahead and get a title for you, so that when you buy a car from me, you just got the title. So I give you the title just like any used car you would buy at any dealership. And you go to your local DMV, and it makes it a simple process.
So where we're in Tennessee, it's just a straight green title. That
green Tennessee title, and you would just carry it to your county clerk, and they convert it to a title with your name on it.
Okay. Yeah. And guys, what he's talking about, I've actually, since I've been looking for R33s, well, you know how long. Right. I have seen them titled as kit cars. Just whatever they could do to get them in the States.
Right. And that'll never happen with us.
Yeah. And so, like, and if you buy one as it's registered as a kit car and you get pulled over and they actually check a VIN, and if it's got a Nissan VIN on it and it says it's a kit car, they could take that car because it was imported illegally.
Right. And more importantly, if you have a title that was done improperly, that hurts the value of your car down the road. So if you get ready to sell it and it's got an improper title, you're not going to be able to get as much for the car, or maybe even not even be able to sell it.
Yeah, and so like as we're seeing in this car market, I mean, ever since I started looking, like the value is just going up and up and up. And if it isn't titled right, then it's not worth anything really, because you couldn't legally sell it.
Right. Yeah. And you're exactly right. The values are going up every day on these cars.
Yeah, so that's why I've been talking to them. It's like, hey, I need to get one before they go up another 20 grand.
Yeah. It's just astonishing how quickly the values are going up.
Yeah, because I kick myself every day because like 2 years ago I could have bought an R33 for like 18 grand. Yeah. And now they're in the mid 40s. Right. Like it is just. It's crazy. So if you're looking,
it seems there's no end in sight with that either.
No, because
nobody can tell the future.
They're not making. They're not making anymore. Yeah. So it's kind of, you got to pay what you got to pay to get them.
Right.
And that's why I was saying to guys, if y'all are in the market for a JDM car, you better go ahead and get one, because they're not going to get any cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other big thing that we offer that some other importers do offer, but we've kind of specialized in it and really made it a big part of our business, is financing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to, a lot of people do pay cash. Yeah. A lot of people have the funds and pay cash, and that's great.
Right.
We're happy with that. Mm-hmm. But we can also help you obtain financing usually if that's needed.
Okay.
So we have a relationship with 4 different banks that we recommend customers to, that actually do very, very fantastic jobs of financing for us. And there are some rates available as lower than what new car interest rates are right now. So there's one bank, lightstream.com, which is the first choice that we recommend, lightstream.com. They have rates on their website that are less than if you go to your local bank and get a brand new car loan. So it's kind of impressive what they have available, and they're so easy to work with. I've done several loans through them personally on cars. Yeah, and they're a specialty company. They're part of a big bank, SunTrust Bank, Truist Bank. SunTrust and BB&T merged. They're now Truist Bank. Well, this is the vision of that bank, so it's part of a real bank.
Right.
They do airplanes, they do boats, they do collector cars, they do classic cars, JDM cars. They do specialty stuff, and they offer rates.
Is that just
lower than new cars?
Is it just for cars in the U.S. already, or could you finance a car that's coming in?
In the U.S. already.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to buy it from a dealer. It has to be out of a dealer's inventory.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And do y'all offer, like, if somebody is looking for a specific car, to buy that car, or?
We don't offer that service.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the reason why we don't offer that service. I do get calls asking that question quite often.
I could only imagine.
Yeah. But I also get calls on the other side of that coin.
With people.
And what that is, that's people that have done that process through someone else, because we don't offer the service.
Right.
And we actually considered doing that when we first got going. That was one of our potential business plans was to add that service.
Right.
But once we got in this business and I started getting phone calls from customers saying, hey, I gave this company $20,000 non-refundable deposit for them to bring me in this car. And some, I've even got calls saying, hey, I paid the full price non-refundable to get them to bring me in this car, and the car got here and it wasn't what we expected.
Okay, yeah.
Had an issue or had, there was one guy, I'll never forget this, he said, I got in the driver's seat and I could see the road underneath the car.
Oh no.
He said the entire floorboard was missing under his feet where it rusted out. And he had paid for the car in full up front 3 months prior.
Right.
Not going to get his money back, so he's stuck with that car. So we don't do that service because we don't want there to be any disappointment.
No, and see, that's understandable because and I would say, because you don't know exactly whenever it gets over here, or even if if something happens in the boat, or we have people on the ground in Japan that look at the cars before we buy them, but even we get surprised when they get here
when that happens sometimes. But we don't we take care of that ourselves. We don't inflict that pain on a customer.
Right.
So we suffer that instead of a customer.
Yes, and that makes a lot of sense.
So we really and truly are customer minded and customer centered here because we want to be in this business forever.
Yeah, and I think because the more customer what would it be?
Focused.
Your business is you're going to get repeat customers.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, if your customers are happy, then everybody's happy because then they're buying the cars and all that.
And the Nashville location, we've been here just over a year.
Yeah.
Now we have another location that's been in business for a few years in Virginia, but at the Nashville location we've been here just over a year.
Okay.
And we're already getting repeat customers, and they're coming back to us because they had such a good experience the first time.
Right, and that's what makes or breaks a place. I think.
And we want to be here forever. We want all repeat customers.
Right. And
everybody's happiest then.
And I'm in the same business model too, because with TK Auto Works, and if we keep our customers happy, they keep us doing what we like to do. So.
That's right. It's a win-win. The customer wins, we win, everybody's happy.
Yep. Do you have anything that we missed, or
I think we've covered everything. We talked about the importance of a third-party pre-purchase inspection so that you know what you're getting and not disappointed.
So, Yep. Yeah. So if you're looking at a car here, you can take it to your mechanic shop that you have, not who they recommend. But
we've got some recommended shops, but again, you're free to use anybody that you want.
Yeah.
And we recommend Tommy here for sure, but seriously, you can use anybody, and we'll help facilitate that. If you need to, we'll help get the car taken over to them so they can check it out for you. Because we want full disclosure. We don't want anything hidden.
Yeah, and then Sky's who you use local.
Yeah, Sky just down the street is a good one. We got a couple other shops local.
They're literally like 2 minutes away.
Yeah. And they know these cars inside and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third-party inspection, pre-purchase inspection. Of course, we've got financing we can get you set up on, which is easy and a really good deal usually. Better than a new car in some cases.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Lightstream's an incredible source for that.
Heck yeah.
And so are the other banks. We've got JJ Best Bank. We've got Collector Car Lending. We've got Woodside Collector Car Financing. So there's several that we use, and they're all great.
Okay.
Yeah. The warranty, a lot of our cars come with the limited warranty. That's no cost to you. That's
I still can't believe that.
Yeah.
So
so it's pretty amazing.
Of
course, all the cars are titled before you buy it. That way there's not going to be an issue titling it in your jurisdiction. The only jurisdiction that there could be a challenge in is California. There's an extra level of thing that you have to make sure before you buy a car if you're in California.
Okay.
So if you're in California and buying a car, you got to do that level of homework to make sure.
That it's registrable in California.
Yeah, because there's additional steps there, even if there is already a title.
No, I know. They have a lot more restrictions.
Yeah. So you got to just make sure that. Most of the other states, we've not really run into any problem in any of the other states at all.
Yeah, no, I know Tennessee isn't.
Yeah, Tennessee's easy.
And I know Florida's easy.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about insurance, full octane insurance. They can really help our customers out quite a bit. And transportation, you know, helping get the car shipped to you. And we ship cars all over the country. We've shipped cars to Alaska before.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we've even shipped cars overseas. We sold lots of cars out of the country, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
And but these guys can help us get it shipped anywhere. And you know, yeah, we've shipped California, of course, all over the West Coast, all over the East Coast, all over everywhere, even Alaska. So. Okay. And Canada, we sold quite a few into Canada as well.
That's crazy. Yeah. Because it seems like they should have most of them.
Yeah, but they apparently it's a little tougher to find what they're looking for there sometimes.
Yeah, so they go out of the States.
Yeah, they come here. Yeah.
But guys, like I said, this is just a kind of good reference if you're looking to buy a JDM car, and especially here at Duncan, I think they have your best interest with buying a car with them, and that way you get what you want, and you know up front if it has any issues, or you can take it to your local shop, and they're going to give you the best way to insure it, get it to you if you're from out of state, and all of that. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, or give Mike a call here at Duncan.
Yeah, you can call us direct. Our local phone number is 615-625-3407.
And I'll also drop a link in the phone number and the address down below. And do you have any more? Or
no, you guys, I appreciate the time that you've been here today, and glad to provide this information. And if anybody has any questions or anything, just give us a shout. And I think Tommy's going to take some cool video and things while he's here, some cars. And
I'm going to go drive some cars.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be great. Yeah, thanks, guys. And reach out if you have any questions or need anything at all.
Yep. So, guys, hit that like button. Drop a comment if you have any questions. Make sure to subscribe, because he's going to go let me drive some cool JDM cars. And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.